choosing to rise with a sunrise, and welcome back. Now, our next guest, Colleen Diedrich, knows all about turning life's curveballs into lessons and laughter. Her book, Mayham, Mirth, and Mastery, Memoirs of Single Parenting, is a raw, real, and downright relatable account of her journey so far. So whether you're a single parent, you know one, or just want to hear a story, that's as inspiring as it is entertaining. I said that wrong. That's how you turn a curveball into something fun. All right, this one is definitely for you. Welcome to Sunrise Book Club, Colleen. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It might seem, because we just kind of mentioned what the book is about, but I'd love to know what the inspiration behind this book was for you.
Oh dear. I was going through hell. At the time, a separation that I didn't anticipate. Our child, I had been married for 4 years. Our child was now 2 months, and my ex-husband and I were separating. It was having to manage the emotional fallout of being a married woman, and then all of a sudden I am a single woman and also a single mom. There was a lot to unpack emotionally, and the best way to do it for me was to start writing. So I started writing the book as a blog, and then decided, okay, it was time to collate everything and put it all together.
Wow. You mentioned now it's an interesting thing when your life kind of blows up on you,
Yes.
which I think a lot of people experience. You went from being a married woman to a single woman, and then now a single parent.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about navigating the dating world as a single parent.
Okay, so the first thing that we need to do, and it's one of the things that I talk about in my book, is unpack the emotional debris. You're not ready to go and see anyone until you have processed what actually transpired. So in the book, I walk women through this whole business of getting to the space that you can take ownership, because there's a way that we like to blame the offending partner, especially if the offense was big, and we forget that we were co-creating our situation. So in the book, I help the woman to process what has transpired, but also to take a deeper look at herself, to find out her patterns, to determine, is there something here in her, is there anything in the situation for her to fix, So that's the first order of the day, walking through and unpacking all of the emotional stuff. Then you get into a space where you're going to build back your confidence, because if it is that somebody just up and leave you, you sit there trying to figure out exactly happened, and there's a way that we take ownership, we take it personal, and we start to think it's something that we're doing or something that we didn't do. So getting back to the space that you can build back your confidence. Some of us, if it is that we've just had a child, then there is the confidence, getting back the body, right, and feeling comfortable enough to engage somebody else. So there's quite a bit of work that we need to do on the psychological and some physical to get ourselves ready to actually engage with somebody else.
I love that. I just want to double click for a moment on the unpacking and the vulnerability it actually takes to say, hey, this is what's happening with me. And I think so many women in general, not even in just this situation, hide behind a veil of everything's fine, everything's okay. I would just want to talk about just a little bit about the power of being vulnerable, raw and real, as you mentioned here, that you had to become, and how good that is for us as part of the unpacking process.
Oh my goodness, it is a necessary part of the process, and there is a way that we have groomed our women to be super, we got to keep going, and if the man leave, we got this, and so on. And the truth of the matter is, I spent quite a lot of nights bawling, trying to figure out exactly what is happening. The world was shaking, everything was breaking apart, and I was uncertain where to actually find my footing. So you cannot build back until you have broken down completely. You have to shed off all of the layers. And the truth of the matter is, oftentimes, there is so much more than what is actually taking place. Emotionally, this gives you an opportunity to unearth some of your childhood wounding. You get what I mean? So it's more than what is presently unfolding. And if we sit with it long enough, then we give ourselves an opportunity really just to brush off and come back bigger and better than before. So my book gives you the opportunity to actually walk through all of that. There are journal prompts in there, so I'm talking about my situation in a very real and very raw way, and giving you the opportunity to be real and raw. Yes, without the guidance of a counselor, you get the opportunity now to actually write out some of the things that if if you were face to face with someone, to actually process what is happening to you.
In which case, it sounds like a book for everybody.
Yes.
Which I love. So you've taken this event in your life and you've made it for everybody somehow. Because
Yes.
I think we can all relate to each other on these levels. It might not be that you're a single parent. It might not be that you're a single woman, but you do have certain things that you need to unpack. You do have to get vulnerable, real and raw with yourself.
Absolutely.
You do have to look at your childhood traumas or triggers and figure out your way through it. I love everything about this. Where can we find the book and where can we find you online? Because, girl, she attacked the thing them.
Okay, so the book is available on Amazon.
Okay.
Outside of that, if you send me a DM, you can send it to Colleen D, and that's my Instagram handle, or you can send it to Mayham, Mirth, and Master, which is the name of the book. That's also on Instagram, and I can get you a copy if you're here.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And you put it all together so nicely for us in a nutshell just now about everything that this book is. So thank you for that. I appreciate
Blessings.
it. Many thanks to Colleen for joining us this morning. We take a short break and then it's over to TK for your morning news. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Blessings.
you.
Can I take a picture?
Yes.
She loved to mingle, she loved the single life. Free and single, she loved the single life. Free and single, she loved to mingle, she loved the single life.
Hyundai 5 free payments, 3 years free insurance, or 3 years free petrol bonus is
7 o'clock.